If you search van life parking on YouTube, you're going to get a lot of videos telling you to download 5 different apps. Maybe that works for some people, but after years of living in this van, in this video I'm going to walk you through exactly how I find safe overnight parking. No apps, no subscriptions, no complicated systems, low spoon strategies.
On the road to healing 1 mile at a time.
Hello and welcome back to the van. I'm Nurse TLC, a licensed RN with over 20 years of experience. I was born with a genetic connective tissue disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. And because connective tissue runs through every system in your body, when it's affected, everything gets affected. Which is why I also live with POTS, dystonia, fibromyalgia, migraines, and chronic pain. And I do all of this from this van here with my service dog in training, Sagie, right here. Now, a lot of van life creators swear by apps, and they're not wrong. Those tools have value. But when you live with chronic illness, every system you add is energy you have to spend maintaining it, looking for it, etc., etc. I needed something simpler, something I could rely on a bad pain day when my brain fog is up and my energy is really low. So I went back to basics. My first go-to, and honestly where I sleep most often, is trusted national chains. Pilot, Flying J, Walmart, Cracker Barrel are all places I've slept. There's also Cabela's, Bass Pro. They're friendly as well because these businesses have a long history of welcoming overnight vehicles because it's actually good for their business. Truckers, travelers, van lifers, we're all customers. Casino lots are actually one of my favorites. They're well lit, they're security present, other vehicles, so you're never the only one there. I always go inside to play a few slot machines to buy a drink or some food, so I'm seen as a customer. I try to frequent the businesses that allow overnight parking because it's a great perk and it keeps those spots available for all of us. I said I don't use apps, and I'll be more specific. I don't use specialized van life apps, but I do use Google Maps, which I bet you already have on your phone. Here's what I look for. Large parking lots attached to 24-hour businesses. Hospital campuses. As an RN, I know hospital lots are well lit, staffed around the clock, and nobody blinks an eye when a vehicle is sitting in overflow overnight. However, it's important to never take parking spots for patients and visitors. Anywhere with a 24-hour security presence, if I'm somewhere unfamiliar, I drop into the satellite view and I look for the biggest, brightest parking situation in the area. That's it. This one is the one people sleep on the most, the van life community itself. There are Facebook groups specifically for van lifers and RVers, such as Cheap RV Living. There's women-only groups specific to your region. You want to join groups pertinent to you. Then when you're heading somewhere new, post in one of the groups, heading to whatever city. Anyone have a safe spot recommendation? And within hours, you usually will have solid options from people who've actually slept there. That is not an app, it's a community, and it is the most reliable intel I've ever gotten. This one I genuinely cannot teach through an app. As a nurse, you develop a quick ability to assess a situation and trust your gut. And I mean that clinically, not just emotionally. When I pull into a spot, I'm asking, is this well lit? Are there other vehicles? What's the neighborhood character? Are there signs that might create conflict? I have footage here from a stealth parking situation in Seattle, one of the more challenging cities to park in overnight. This is exactly what I'm looking for when I scout a spot. And yes, it worked perfectly. Okay, so this park right here. Anyway, and all along this street. Okay, this is where I have been parked since last Friday. Today's Wednesday. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 5 nights. Here. So there's no sign that says no parking overnight, nothing. And if you look, there's a yellow like moving box truck, and they have been here too. And then down on this end, there are a couple more vans. See? Kind of like a van lifer's paradise here. The weather's great. No problems being parked here overnight for 5 whole days. If something feels off, I leave. There's no parking spot worth ignoring that signal. Okay, I know I said no apps, no memberships, and I meant it. Well, mostly. Because there is one exception I make. One. And it is worth every penny. In fact, I have been a member since I started this lifestyle. That's Harvest Hosts. It's a membership that actually gives you access to overnight stays at wineries, breweries, farms, museums, and unique small businesses all across the country. This footage is from Blue Heron French Cheese Company in Tillamook, Oregon. On our drive up the coast to Seattle, I pulled in, set up for the night, and woke up on a working French cheese farm with mountains in the distance and a community with fellow van lifers and RVers all around. Now, Harvest Host is not free. It's a membership, and I want to be transparent about that. But I'm not including it in the free parking methods because it isn't free parking. It's something different. It's the kind of overnight that reminds you why you chose this life. Those spots aren't just safe, they're beautiful. And after a hard pain day on the road, waking up somewhere that feels like a gift, that matters to me. I'll link Harvest Host in the description. Now, whether you're staying at a cheese farm or a casino parking lot, there are 3 rules I never break. Number 1, always know where you're going before dark. I do my scouting in the afternoon, not at 10 p.m. when options are limited and judgment is tired. Number 2, pack it in, pack it out. Don't leave any trace that you were there. The fastest way to lose overnight parking rights for van lifers is to leave messes behind. And number 3, always have a backup. If my plan or my spot doesn't work, like construction, a new overnight no overnight parking sign, I know where I'm going next. I always have a plan B. And of course, Sagie. Having her with me changes the equation. She's a service dog in training, and she is absolutely part of my safety system. Her beagle knows, always knows, when something's worth paying attention to. Thanks for watching. That Seattle trip you were seeing footage of, the whole 2 weeks up the coast and back, has never been on this channel, including the day Sagie saw the ocean for the first time. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments. I am thinking of you, and if you learned something new or found value in this video, please consider hyping it or sharing. And if you want to go deeper with me, the Caravan is my YouTube membership community. I kept it right here on YouTube, no extra accounts needed. In van life, we as a community always pull up our van and circle up around the campfire as a central meeting area where we can get to know each other better. Those nights around the campfire are some of my best memories. I wanted my community here to feel the same, even if it's virtually. If that sounds like something you vibe with, click the join button right below the video to check out the membership levels and perks. But more importantly, always remember there's a spot in the circle for you. You don't want to miss the video coming up in a few seconds. We'll see you there. Bye!
Darling, just once let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you ever know.
Sweets. I don't have anything in my house. I don't have any food. No, but I can tell you. Yes, how's that? You smell better.